found Reddit's most vile sister, who was manipulated into cheating with her sister's boyfriend for 3 years. Welcome to another Reading Reddit video, guys. My name is Sarby. I've made over 160 Reading Reddit videos for you guys that I record live with my audience on Twitch so that you guys can get featured in the videos. Starting off this AmITheDevil video off with I was manipulated into having an affair with my sister's boyfriend. How much space should I give my sister? So considerate of OP to give her space. But stick around for 11 more absolutely insane AmITheDevil Reddit stories, such as my husband blames me for stepdaughter going no contact. Can a marriage survive this? As well as the story we're gonna end the video on. I broke up with my girlfriend because she gained 20 pounds in the 4 months we dated, and I lost most of my physical attraction to her. I decided I couldn't be happy in a relationship with someone that size. I didn't tell her this. Do I tell her? We've got some absolutely evil stories in this one, guys. Let's lock in here and read some Reddit. r/relationship advice. I was manipulated into having an affair with my sister's boyfriend. How much space should I give my sister? We have a 26 female OP and a 24 female sister. 4 years ago, my sister Lisa started dating this guy we'll call Rob. When I met Rob, we both hit off immediately and became friends. About 9 months into their relationship, we realized we had mutual feelings, and Rob manipulated me into thinking we were soulmates. I didn't want to hurt my sister, but Rob said we would do this in a way that hurts my sister the least. We were going to have to tell her, but be very delicate about the situation. I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you cheat with your sister's boyfriend, there's no way that that hurts the least unless you commit murder and take your sister out back and put her down Old Yeller style. There's no way you can't hurt your sister's feelings on that one. And then that's a whole nother fucking problem, dog. Oh my God. Throughout the course of our relationship, he made every excuse possible not to tell her. This goes for the next 3 years. And then I found out they plan on moving in together. Wait, hold on. Hold the fucking phone, dog. You let this go on for 3 fucking years? Chat, this might be so mean, but at a certain point, manipulation just turns into stupidity. I'm so sorry. There's probably scenarios where that doesn't fit, but I feel like in this one, all right, chat, I feel like in this one, if you're getting manipulated for 3 fucking years, that's on you. Call me a victim blamer, chat, but I'm gonna be so fucking real. If he's been dragging you along on this fantasy for 3 years, and at no point were you like, maybe he's fucking with me, that's on you, dog. I feel like it's that fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. Like 3 years? No way. At that point, I realized he was a liar and manipulator. I broke things off with him, and I didn't want my sister to be with someone like that, and told her everything and texted her all the proof. I texted her everything that happened. She didn't reply, and I was blocked on everything, and she apparently broke up with Rob and blocked him on everything. I want my sister to understand we were both victims, but not sure how much time to give her before I try reaching out again. Wait, so hold on. You're a victim because you betrayed your sister in the absolute worst way possible, and somehow that makes you a victim? What? It's giving r/oh no consequences, where it's like, no duh, it's a bad idea to sleep with your sister's boyfriend. That should be red flag numero uno. But then to get dragged along by this man for 3 years is fucking insane. So much stupidity. So much evil. Like, it's kind of funny. Honestly, if anybody deserves to be manipulated like that, it's this person. Dare I say, if you are willing to cheat with your sibling's partner, you deserve to get dragged for 3 years. Do I think you're stupid? Yeah. To get dragged by anybody for 3 years is ridiculous. Do you deserve it? Probably. I do have to say, y'all, 3 years is crazy. Like, they kept that under wraps for 3 years. That honestly as well, kind of fucking scary, bro. I mean, imagine if anybody that you knew was cheating with your partner and you had no fucking clue. That's crazy. OP has the mental fortitude of a doorknob. Honestly, y'all, I still can't get over the Rob said we would do this in a way that hurts my sister the least. What do you fucking mean? There's no way you can deliver, hey, I've been cheating on you with your sister in a way that doesn't hurt to an insane level. r/marriage. My husband blames me for stepdaughter going no contact. Can a marriage survive this? Please be kind. I am lost and I have no clue what to do. I live away from family and have limited funds. I messed up bad and I've tried to be better in the past year. Husband and I have been together for 9 years and I was originally excited to have a daughter. I met his daughter when she was 9. His marriage was sexless/loveless. And he left when the baby mama was pregnant with their second and he realized he didn't want a relationship like that. Hey dog, I don't know if you know how kids are made, but it do be kind of involving sex. I mean, maybe loveless, don't get me wrong, but it can't be sexless if she's pregnant. Also, what a fucking winner you picked. Dude said, oh shit, I got my wife pregnant. Like, what? And you went, that's the one I want. What do you mean, dog? Stepdaughter struggled with the divorce and baby mama often whined about how she had to take care of the newborn duties alone. He was denied 50-50 at first because she wanted to only breastfeed, so his family cut him off. As they should. He sounds like a fucking piece of shit. Stepdaughter and I didn't get along. She would cry and kept trying to manipulate me to get her way. I would set up play dates and she would do what she could to get out of them. I was told I wasn't wanted at school events. She didn't want to be in my wedding party when I asked her to be my maiden of honor and also refused to stand with her dad. I mean, chat, am I jumping to conclusions here? Or did he get together with her very soon after he left the baby mama? I think the stepdaughter has every right to be mad. I'm surprised the stepdaughter even still sees the dad. When I redecorated the home/swapped rooms around when she was in junior high, she told everyone that I got rid of her room. She just had a different one and made me into the bad guy. We have a home free of animal products, and I wouldn't let her bring certain clothing items inside. Rather than respect the house rules, she called husband's parents to take her home to her mom's after husband and I told her no. By the time she was 16, I went full nacho with her and her brother. A whole different story. Does anyone know what nacho stands for? Nacho kids, nacho problem? Really? Hold on. I feel like we gotta look this up, right? What does it mean to go full nacho on your step kids? Okay, it's exactly what someone was saying. In nacho parenting, step parents avoid disciplining children, leaving this task to a biological parent. The idea behind nacho parenting is that by having a step parent play a less authoritative role, a more positive relationship with the child can be formed. Don't get me wrong, I do think there are some levels of parenting that step parents shouldn't do, but I don't think it should be like a, hey, my hands are clean, this is your problem, because that's not how that works. Like, you're married to that person, you're also marrying into the family that they already have, which includes their kids. So I feel like a half nacho philosophy might make more sense, but I mean, in this case, I mean, that might be better for the kids. I don't even care about OP. I care about the kids. I think step parents should serve as actual parents unless otherwise communicated. I don't know if actual parents is the best way to put that. I do agree with what you're saying. I think there has to be some parental role. The way I think of it, guys, is like, it's almost like you're at your friend's house. If you're a kid and you're at your friend's house, like, you have to listen to their parents. But I think there are times where those same parents can overstep, and it's just knowing where to step in and what qualifies as overstepping. I feel like step parents should have a similar level of authority to a teacher. That might be a good analogy too. Okay, let's keep going. I had my babies and my oldest is disabled. I ended up leaving my job that paid well to care for them full time. We hit some financial trouble because of this, and husband worked more. We were lucky if daughter would join her brother for end of week visits. I was full nacho and told husband he was in charge of taking care of them. I cooked for myself, my kids, and him, but told him that he had to deal with them. Okay, yeah, see, that I don't fuck with. Like, that to me shouldn't be nacho. Doesn't that defeat the purpose of the definition that we looked at? Like, the definition that we found was like, oh, you're not taking on the discipline responsibilities because that's supposed to build your relationship up. She's not even doing the regular parenting responsibilities. If I planned something, they could come along if they were pleasant. There was an incident where I will admit I was the petty one and I lost my temper and dropped stepson with his grandparents on the way to the zoo after he whined about not getting plushie money. Stepdaughter loved to tell this story to everyone despite me apologizing to my stepson. OP sounds fucking crazy. I never stopped husband from having a relationship with her. We have a special needs child and we both made sacrifices. The only problem we had was with child support. My in-laws cut husband off during the divorce and baby mama refused to work with us. In parentheses, after her getting remarried to a doctor and her kids throwing their lifestyles in our faces and said it was for her kids. The courts were no help, and husband had to get a second job. God, what a fucking mess, dude. This is just a snowball rolling down the hill and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The issue was last month. Stepdaughter turned 18 and completely ignored her father's attempts at congratulating her. She went out with her mom and stepfather, and my husband was heartbroken after seeing the pictures on Facebook. I was furious and made a comment about how she was happy to take his money, but couldn't even answer his texts. For a nacho parent, you sure have a lot of fucking shit to say, dog. He has paid enough in child support that she never had to go without and had help with college. Baby mama ended up causing a stir over that, and husband was pissed at me. Well, he got a letter in the mail from stepdaughter. She accused him of leaving her mom for me and putting me first, his partner, and said that her stepfather was more of a dad to her. We have issue with stepson, possibly ODD, and he does whatever his sister does. Husband has been crying and keeps accusing me of ruining his relationship with his kids. We have been fighting all week, and he is staying with his brother until Labor Day. Is there any way we can save this? He blames me for his kid cutting off contact. We have a severely disabled child, a toddler, and another on the way. I'm scheduling marriage counseling, but we don't have the money for much more. Husband isn't talking with our kids either because of the evening phone calls. I have never seen him break down like this. Oh my fucking God. Wow. Just fucking wow. Listen, hot take. I think y'all need to get divorced and focus on yourselves because you're both fucked up in the head. Like, individual therapy, both of you. Your husband is definitely a shitty man and you are absolutely a shitty woman. I can't even fathom this story. I don't blame the stepdaughter one bit. Even if OP wasn't involved, I think stepdaughter would have gone no contact anyways because this dad just sounds like a fucking evil demon, bro. Like, what do you mean? Oh my God, this is from 2 days ago too. Holy shit, chat. Oh, the user deleted their page. I wanted to see all their shit, man. I like never do this, but I gotta see what people are fucking saying in the comments of this. Highlighting, he blames me for his kid cutting off contact. Well, he's not entirely wrong. Although dad should have stepped in and stopped your horrible behavior much earlier on, his job is to protect his daughter and he failed. You seem to completely lack empathy for a child that was struggling to handle her parents' divorce while also dealing with her dad bringing a new woman into the family. You kicked the poor girl out of her childhood bedroom without asking her if it would be okay. You limited her clothing. You excluded her stepkids from meals, further cementing that they are not welcome in their father's home. And now you're shocked she wants nothing to do with you or her father, who didn't protect her from her spiteful stepmom. I don't know if your marriage can survive this. He might leave you so he can mend his relationship with his daughter because there isn't a good chance she'll want anything to do with him while you're in the picture. I mean, I think there's a good chance she doesn't want anything to do with him, period. Especially if the father figure is replaced by the stepfather. Like, if I'm the stepdaughter, I'm like, good riddance, bro. Like, this was never my dad. Everybody sucks here, bro. I can't believe that. Insanely disgusting behavior. Yeah, that one definitely belongs in Am I the Devil? For sure. I'm shocked and appalled that people like this can have kids. Am I the a-hole for trying to test a girl's nerd? I, 20 male, don't think I did anything wrong, but my friends are all saying I'm an asshole. So I have a group of friends and we're quite frankly nerds. We met this girl I'll call L 2 years ago. The other guys all like her, think she's great, and she knows all about things we're into. But I had a feeling she's not really one of us. I put up with it for 2 years, but I can't shake the feeling. So the last time we were together before quarantine, I decided to test her nerd. She seemed surprised, but could answer all my questions until I got to Star Trek. I was feeling pretty confident until she asked me to clarify. Apparently, I misspoke and accidentally asked a trick question. My friends all jumped on me accusing me of being an asshole, and she didn't need to pass some tests to hang out with them and how I needed to get over it. Is this Sheldon from the Big Bang Theory? Like, what do you mean, dog? Are you that much of a virgin that you're like, oh shit, I need to test this woman on how nerdy she is because I don't know what a vagina looks like? Like, are you kidding me, dog? My friends all jumped on me accusing me of being an asshole, and she didn't need to pass some tests to hang out with them and how I needed to get over it. Another friend pointed out that I wasn't the guardian of the group. I got mad no one was on my side and left. Quarantine happened shortly after, and I recently found out they've all been chatting with her. I told her I didn't appreciate her trying to steal my friends. She never replied, but one of my friends bitched at me for a while. I got mad no one was listening to me and said it's her or me. He said her. None of my other friends have messaged me since. Damn, a nerdy friend group choosing a girl over you, dog? That's a pretty no-brainer, my guy. This guy does not sound like he's fun to be around either. My brother says I was trying to be king of the nerds and gatekeeping, and I should apologize. I don't think I have anything to apologize for, and they should apologize for not hearing me out. So tell me, am I the asshole for just trying to make sure Elle was actually a nerd like us? Oh, chat, we love the edit. After everybody tells him he's wrong, bro comes in hot with the edit to add, I knew I shouldn't have posted on here. You guys don't get it. I'm not going to apologize for being suspicious of her intentions and being angry my so-called friends bailed on me for some chick they've only known for 2 years. I was not gatekeeping. I was just trying to make sure she wasn't trying to be trendy. Screw this, I won't be back. Oh no, wee woo, I went on the internet to ask if I was a dickhead, and when everyone told me I was a dickhead, it's not true and it's their fault. It's everybody on the internet's fault, not mine. I'm perfect. Fuck off, dog. What a baby back bitch. I hope that friend group just told him to fuck off and he's jerking off by himself with his Star Trek dolls. That really is Sheldon Cooper, chat. He thinks female orgasm is a myth. I don't think he knows that women can orgasm, you know? You guys don't get it. My mom says that I'm perfect. I can't do anything wrong. You guys just need to listen to my mom more. I bet his mom cannot stand him. She's probably begging him to move out of the basement. Crazy work. Look who it is! Yeast Theo, thank you for your donations. Chicken Sandwich, thank you for the gifted memberships. Mbem, thank you for the gifted memberships. Hostel Cran, thank you for the gifted memberships. Molly Mathers, thank you for the gifted memberships. Bixie Gala, thank you for the gifted memberships. Oh my god, they're still coming in too. Hostel Cran, thank you for the gifted membership. Donnie Rocket, thank you for the gifted membership. Y'all are too generous, bro. Beans, look at how generous they are. And look how polite you look. Dude, I don't know why. I love when he just like sits there with his little paws. Like, look how polite and handsome. I have treaties for you. Oh, that's a good boy. Over you. Get it, Mr. Beans, get it. What a good boy. Oh, sorry. He kind of flinched at that. What a good boy you are. What a sweet, handsome man. The sweetest and the handsomest. He's like, there's usually more, Dad. I like to think like Beans is like almost like Dudley from Harry Potter. Yesterday I got 10 treats. I deserved 11 this time. Oh, should we do big stretch for chat? Ready? Big stretch. Tell me there is not a ghost in my apartment. Look at him activated and shit. He said, fuck him up. Get him, Bean. Sick him. Get the ghost. R/relationship advice. How do I get my wife to take some accountability in our marriage? We have a 34 male OP and a 33 female wife. I just want to say I love my wife more than life. She's my heart, my dearest, my angel. But she's not taking any accountability for our marriage in the position we are in. Even her mom is fed up. Essentially, ever since we had our daughter, she's been neglecting my needs. She says she's busy with our daughter, like I'm not busy as well, but I still make time to give her what she needs. Over time, I started confiding in a woman who we are both regulars at this bar, and we bonded because we were both experiencing the same thing. Her husband had poor time management, just like my wife, so when they had a child, he didn't know how to be a parent while also giving her what she needs. Things escalated and we started an affair, giving us the emotional and physical support we were both missing. My wife found out and was devastated. She wants reconciliation, but she's blaming me for everything. Even her mom told her, when you don't give a person what they need, of course they will get it from someone else. Wow, what a fucking awful mother. That's insane. I mean, I can't speak about your guys' parents, but I can't imagine going up to Kathy and being like, hey, my wife cheated on me, and her being like, that's on you, dog. Unless I was severely neglecting her, but bro, you guys have a kid. She probably just pumped out this kid. Also, let's just talk about the fact that this man is at a fucking bar enough to be able to emotionally connect with a woman to have an affair with when he has a newborn child to be taken care of. Hey man, maybe you would get laid more if you were at your house instead of the bar. It's really not that hard to not be a fucking idiot. Not excusing my behavior, and I feel really bad, but her mom tells me all the time I did what any man or woman would do. Unfortunately, my wife takes no accountability at all. It's creating a rift between her and her mom. Dude, this poor fucking wife. I hope she has good friends around her who will be like, no, girl, this is fucking crazy. Drop your mom, drop OP. She wants reconciliation and I do too, but I don't know how we can get there when there's zero accountability on her end. I'm just over it. I tried. I fought for the marriage, but I don't know if I can keep fighting. Can we please cut off his balls, chat? Please. Please. That is insane. There is no justification for cheating on your partner unless they're like physically abusing you or some shit. This woman just didn't want to have sex with you because she was too busy taking care of your child, who I would venture to guess, based off of the context clues in this story, you are neglecting and not helping out with at all. Talk about nightmare fuel, chat. That's my worst nightmare. Being surrounded by people who make me feel like 2 + 2 does not equal 4. The mom should be going to her and being like, no, your husband's a piece of shit. He should never cheat on on you. I can't believe it. Oh my God. If sex is the basis of your love for someone, you suck. Exactly. I've never understood that, y'all. Like, I truly believe there are some men who just are like so horny brained that they couldn't go a year without having sex. It's not that hard. Just fucking stroke your shit, man. Stroke your shit, skip the bar, help take care of your daughter, and work on doing romantic things for your wife to help revitalize the sex life. That's the game plan, chat. God, makes me want to put my head through a wall. I can't believe it. Some men couldn't go a week without sex. It's crazy. Yeah, like if you're that desperate, go get a fleshlight or a damn doll. Exactly, bro. That jizzer is a terrible partner. What a crazy name. Imagine getting called a jizzer. That is how I will be referring to men from here on out, chat. Okay, so this one is from True Off My Chest. PSA, if you're the friend who blocks guys from talking to your attractive friend, you're not protecting anyone. You're just being controlling. All right, I need to vent about something that happened last weekend, and I'm curious if other guys have experienced this. I'm 31, decent career, been told I'm good looking, and generally don't have issues meeting people. I've had my fair share of success dating and usually feel pretty confident in social situations, but last Saturday at this club downtown, I encountered something that just blew my mind. There was this absolutely stunning woman at the bar, let's call her Sarah. She was clearly interested, making eye contact, smiling when I looked over, the whole 9 yards. So I walk over to introduce myself, and immediately this other woman, let's call her the Fridge, literally steps between us. She's not interested, the Fridge says, arms crossed like a bouncer. First off, like, you can't be that great of a catch if you're referring to her as the Fridge. Second, I guarantee she wasn't as interested as this dude thinks. There are some guys out there that will take anything as a reason to go and talk to somebody. But here's the thing. Sarah was clearly interested. She was giving me the look, you know? She even tried to step around her friend to continue our conversation, but the Fridge kept repositioning herself like some kind of human wall. This went on for 20 minutes. Every time I tried to have a normal conversation with Sarah, the Fridge would interrupt with, she has a boyfriend. In parentheses, she didn't. She's not looking to meet anyone tonight. In parentheses, she obviously was. Or just physically blocking access. The most frustrating part, Sarah looked genuinely annoyed with her friend's behavior too. At one point, she literally mouthed sorry to me over the Fridge's shoulder. Even if she was interested in you for some reason, based off of this post, I can already tell the friend did her a favor because you are a fucking dickhead. I've seen this before, but never this extreme. It's like some women have appointed themselves as the official gatekeeper to their attractive friends. They act like they're protecting them. But from what? A normal conversation with a respectful guy? Look, I get it if a guy's being creepy or aggressive, then absolutely step in. But I was being completely respectful. Sarah was clearly interested, and this woman was just blocking for the sake of blocking. I genuinely don't understand the psychology here. The worst part is that it's not just hurting the guy. It's taking away Sarah's ability to make her own decisions about who she wants to talk to. Honestly, it's making me want to avoid group approaches entirely. First off, like I said, this guy does not sound like a fucking catch. He sounds like a fucking dickhead. Let's just isolate the scenario though. Like, let's say that this guy isn't a fucking dickhead and there is a friend gatekeeping their friend for some reason. There has to be a good reason for it. And if they're not, that isn't something for you to go and whine about on the internet. That's something for you to be like, oh, okay, weird. Like, probably don't want to deal with this anyways, and just walk away. Like, you're telling me this fucking ruined your entire night? This is bothering you enough to make a fucking Reddit post about it? Let's just say, theoretically isolating the situation, if Sarah doesn't have the balls to tell her friend to fuck off if she's really that interested in you, then just probably not somebody that you want to even date in the first place, me personally. But I would venture to guess that that friend probably knew something about you, or you're fucking lying and there's 0% chance she actually wanted to talk to you. Or maybe too, maybe she did actually have a boyfriend, you know? 20 minutes and he didn't take the loss and move on. For real, it's just like, if there is friction talking to somebody, just leave. What's the fucking point, dog? It's just a waste of time at that point. If Sarah wanted to talk to you, it would have happened. That's how I feel too. Even if she did want to talk to you, but she can't because for some reason her friend makes all of her decisions for you, is that really somebody you want to fucking date? Me personally, no. But I highly doubt that. I truly believe, unless Sarah is just spineless and can't speak for herself, she didn't actually want to talk to you. She was siding with her friend. The moment he called the friend the Fridge, he lost all credibility. Exactly, kid. it. Like, I would be more on the side of this guy is just hyping himself up. Oh yeah, bro, like she totally wanted to talk to me. She was giving me the look. Bro, you were probably being aggressively annoying, and they probably had a signal of like, get this guy the fuck away from me, dog. Smiling in his direction doesn't mean it was at him. Yeah, sometimes girls just do that because some guys freak out at girls when they don't smile at them. R/relationship advice. Called my girlfriend fat a few years ago and it's still affecting us. How can we move on? We have a 28 male OP and a 26 female girlfriend. Decided on a throwaway because I know my friends browse Reddit a ton and I think if they knew I did this, they'd kill me, rightfully so. When I met my 28 girlfriend, 26, 3 years ago, I wasn't in a great place mentally. I was having a lot of sex with random girls. Drinking until I couldn't feel anything. It wasn't a good time in my life. I was distracting myself from a lot of family pain. Okay, so they're not dating yet. I was like, while you're with your girlfriend? I met Kay, my girlfriend, at a writing workshop my buddy and I attended on a whim. I didn't think she was crazy attractive, but she was really intelligent and I thought that was cool. We exchanged numbers and casually started hanging out. After a few months, she caught feelings for me. My buddy M said I should give her a chance and settle down for my wild days. Truthfully, I originally said yes because I wanted to have her before M did. I knew he thought she was attractive. Don't ask me why I wanted her, just because M did. I don't know. I was a douchebag. Hold on. So you got with this girl because you didn't want another guy dating her? That's the only reason you decided to get with her? What the fuck? What are we doing, dog? Our first date was good. We talked a lot and I really liked her personality. The thought of M dating her made me extremely jealous, so I kept pursuing her even though I didn't find her physically attractive. A few more months went by and we're officially dating and we get drunk together. She was all over me, kissing me, touching me, and all I could feel and see was her fat jiggling around. It gave me such an uneasy feeling at the time. Again, I know, douchebag, I get it. When she asked if I wanted to have sex with her, I quickly said no. She looked hurt and asked why. And in my intoxicated state, rather than saying we're drunk, I deadass just told her, I don't want to fuck someone with fat on their body. Chat, we already know this guy is maybe a solid 3. I said that to her fucking face, man. I don't even know why it came out. I knew I had felt it inside, but the look she had after I said it haunts me every time we cuddle at night. She didn't get angry at me, but I could tell she sobered up instantly. She had the audacity to have a soft conversation with me about how she doesn't think I meant it, and it was just the alcohol. Hold on. So this woman was going to give you the benefit of the doubt, which she definitely shouldn't. I think we all can agree. Drunk actions are sober thoughts, 100%. But to say like, oh, she had the audacity to give me the benefit of the doubt and tell me that what I just said, I didn't mean. What are you talking about, bro? The next morning we talked and I apologized. I promised her I'd stop drinking and I did. I've been sober from that night. Our relationship grew and I think I did as a person too. Kay taught me a lot about empathy. What do you mean you had to learn about empathy from somebody? Kay taught me a lot about empathy and we read a lot as a couple and I think that helped me grow. I can honestly say now I love my girlfriend. She's the kindest, most gentle soul on the planet and she's crazy intelligent. She's also beautiful. I know that now. However, every time I try to initiate sex, she flinches. She doesn't say no, but I can see her hiding her face. Or if I try to touch her stomach, she pulls my hands away. Even if we're out in public and I touch the sides of her, she quietly says she doesn't like it when I touch her in her chubby spots. Sometimes I can tell she just wants to eat more, but doesn't in front of me. It's been 3 years and I haven't seen her finish a full meal since that night. I always see her comparing herself to women online. I feel eaten alive with guilt that I probably started all of this for her. I apologize nearly every week, saying something like, I'm sorry for what happened. I think you're beautiful, but I just don't think she believes. She just places her hand on my face and gives me the saddest fucking smile I've ever seen. I can't take this anymore, man. I hate knowing how much I hurt her. And I always think about M and how much he liked her and how good he probably would have been to her. And then I feel like shit all over again. Oh, let me just finish reading this. She's the sweetest girl and she looks for the best in people in a way I think makes her naive. I definitely didn't deserve her. I love her so much. My chest hurts when I think about losing her because of this. It scares me. I wish I never fucking touched alcohol. I wish I didn't go through a fucking chain of women before her because then I wouldn't have compared. Fuck, man. I know you're all gonna say, poor girl. I hope she leaves you. I get it. She's such a good girl and I'm such a dick for keeping her tied down to me, but I can't see her with another guy. It'll kill me. She treats everyone and everything with the type of kindness I didn't think existed in real life. She deserves the love she gives out. I can't lose her. Please help me show her how much I love her. I have no idea what to do, man. I feel like I've tried everything and she still thinks she's ugly. Fuck, I hate what social media did to my brain. I'd do anything to go back. I mean, I already see the first edit is I don't need any "you're so selfish" or "leave her." I need help getting our relationship moved on from this. I'm gonna tweak out. I promise I love her. No, dude. It's giving this man as a charity case. And for some reason, the girlfriend gave every ounce of charity she had in her to this man when this man clearly did not fucking deserve it. Like, I don't know who needs to hear this, but if a guy, drunk or not, is like, I don't want to have sex with you because you have fat on your body, let's have some self-respect to leave. Even further, if you find yourself in that position as a man, let's have the self-respect for the other person to be like, hey, there's something fucked up in my brain. I need to resolve that and I need to leave this person because I just fucking said the absolute worst possible thing I could have possibly said to them. I can't even fathom like the lack of accountability from this guy being like, oh, well, it was social media's fault. It was alcohol's fault. It wasn't my fault. Everything fucked me up and that's why I said this to her. It's like, no, dog, yourself need to take accountability that you're the piece of shit person that you are because you created it. Have some fucking balls to realize like, hey, I am not good for this person. If I truly love them, I will break things off so that not only can I heal, but they can also heal. It's just fucking ridiculous. Even with this edit, bro, like this edit pisses me off. It's like, I promise I love her. Okay, well then do what's best for her, which is get the fuck out of her life, dog. It's so stupid. It's selfish and it's narcissistic. Like, I genuinely don't think he actually cares about this woman. He cares that this woman isn't acting all sunshine, rainbows, happy around him. She's constantly self-conscious because you did something that permanently fucked her up, and now you're upset because it ruins your sex life. It ruins you being able to put your hands on her. I truly believe I would go to bat saying this man does not give a fuck about this woman. He gives a fuck about how this woman reacts to him and his sexual needs. Unbelievable. Burn him at the stake and castrate him, dog. Second edit, she stayed with me for 3 years after that happened. Obviously, we have a good relationship or else that wouldn't have been the case. She could have left me whenever, but she didn't. I think she should have. I'm just trying to help her, man. She already goes to therapy. That isn't helpful. Telling me to break up with her isn't help. It's not gonna happen. That's just pure selfish right there. Edit 3, her friend saw this post and sent it to her and we talked. I'm fucking numb. We broke up. Thank fucking God. Let's fucking go. Big W wubbies. Fuck this man. Genuinely gonna KMS. Good lesson to never ask for help or talk about feelings honestly. Hey, dog, if you talk about your feelings and everybody on the internet is like, hey, dog, you ain't cooking. You fucked her up. You need to break up with her and stop being a selfish dick and get some therapy. And all you're doing is fighting that. That's on you. The internet is a joke. I'm logging off, enjoying sucking yourself and each other off in the comments. I won't see it anymore. Bro made that bed. Now he's crying that he's got to lay in it. If it ain't the consequences of your own actions, like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, I hope she read all the comments on this and was like, oh yeah, you're right. I should have fucking broken up with him. Like, I'm sure that's exactly what happened. I'm glad she got there. I feel bad that she had to waste 3 years of her life. I still can't get over him being like, oh, I should date her so that my friend who would be a better fit for her can't date her. That has to be the most diabolical shit I've ever seen, y'all. He just didn't want his friend to be happy. No, I think too, because he said he's like, I couldn't stand to see her with somebody else. Like, it's almost like a possessive thing. Like, he's possessive of her. It's like a little kid with a fucking toy. Oh, if I can't have her, then nobody can have her. It's more like that. I don't even think it's like, oh, I don't want my friend to be happy. r/off my chest India. Messed up my relationship and don't know what to do now. This is gonna be a long one. Buckle up. I am M. Using a throwaway account on purpose because my original has some terrible comments and participation in some distasteful subs. Not an excuse, but I was not in a great position for some time and processing feelings is not easy. Okay. Like, you didn't need to add that. Just sketchy, bro. My parents started looking for an arranged marriage match about 2.5 years back. Relationships hadn't worked out and I decided to try out arranged marriage. After a few hit and trials, I was introduced to my ex-fiance by a mutual friend of our parents, and we hit off instantly. Seriously, she seemed perfect. Good personality. Pretty. Good job. Plus, she wasn't annoying. It was a running joke between us that we didn't find each other annoying. She was apprehensive about marriage and wanted to spend about 1 year getting to know each other before we started with actual wedding prep. Family was also fine apart from her elder sister who seemed standoffish, but otherwise didn't bother us. Now, to her credit, she was honest about her family history from the second meeting itself. Elder sister was divorced, Case involved 498 and domestic violence litigations, etc. But the cases went on for so long, about 5 years, damaging their reputation in society and draining money. They just decided to withdraw and mutually end it. I was apprehensive, obviously for my own sake, but the family and the girl seemed great, so I went ahead. Wait. You were apprehensive, obviously, because her sister was in a domestic violence case, and you perceived that to be a threat in your relationship, not with the elder sister even, with the girl, basically saying that you believe that the domestic violence allegations were false? Is that what he was saying? Family reputation is a big deal in India. Is that more what it is? Like, he doesn't want to be roped in with the family reputation? I guess that also kind of makes sense, but still, like, I don't know. I don't live in India. I'm not a part of the Indian culture. That being said, like, I look at some shit in the Japanese culture and I'm like, that shit's fucking stupid. Being worried about people judging you for a reputation where a family member literally is fighting back against their partner domestically abusing them. For me, the way I look at that is like, okay, if you want to judge me for that, fuck you, I don't want to hang out with you anyways. If one of my siblings was ever fighting a domestic violence case and someone came up to me and was like, oh, well, your reputation's tarnished because of that, I would tell them to suck my cock. They can slob on that shit and go fuck themselves. And if I was marrying into a family like that too, like, hell yeah, bro, give me the pitchforks. Let's fucking castrate this man, you know? Like, you should join that family and be like, how can I help? And I think that's just how it should be. Culture or not. Don't get me wrong, y'all. Like, I get that culture's important, but there is some culture that's fucking stupid. And this is one of them. Her ex-brother-in-law works in the same organization as mine, same department, but different locations, so I didn't know him personally. But it wasn't difficult to find out about him. Most people gave indifferent opinions. He's a dick in general, but doesn't seem like an abuser. Plus, he was happily married to another lady. An ex-fiance's sister has a slight reputation of being too much of a feminist and slightly adventurous, so this added to my doubts. Yet, I stuck on and we dated for about 8.5 months because my relationship with my fiance was just fantastic, and she seemed so honest about her interpretation of the events. I wanted to shorten the courtship period and just marry her already. However, one of my friends was in the same location, in parentheses, job, as the ex-brother-in-law, and let the information about my relationship slip to him. The ex-brother-in-law got in touch with me, spoke to me for a long time, and I entertained him. He sent me a video of the sister yelling at him and some angry abusive messages sent by her to him when they were married. Honestly, the doubts were piling up anyway, especially because of her elder sister's rebellious nature, and this proof sent me over the edge. I met my ex, pretty much yelled at her, called her family a bunch of shit, and decided to break off the relationship. In parentheses, my father and sister were not sure, but my mother was on my side. She tried to explain, told me that her ex-brother-in-law would abuse and also slap her sister all the time, but the minute she tried to retaliate, his family would start recording and make her look bad. I wasn't falling for that and called her some pretty shitty things that I won't be typing here because now I am embarrassed that I said all that. She didn't really fight for me either after a point, just told me to fuck off, and never contacted her again. It's been 10 months and I haven't met any arranged marriage matches that I've gelled with because I loved my ex, and it's been an embarrassing, negative, bitter spiral. Okay, so what I'm hearing is you were gonna marry into a family and had an existing strong relationship with someone in that family enough to be willing to get married to them and wanting to hasten the marriage. And therefore, I have to also assume that you built a relationship with that family, yet you still trusted some random guy that works at the same department as you who sent you a couple videos of her yelling at him. You trusted that over a family that you were about to marry into. Like, it doesn't get more misogynistic than that. Why are all the stories for this video just if it ain't the consequence of your own actions? Dog, you made this bed and you're sleeping in it. 2 weeks back, the ex-brother-in-law's second wife filed a case against him, and this time there's no doubt who is at fault. My friend informed me of it. I feel terrible and disgusted of the person I've been these past months, the way I treated her and the things I said about her family. I tried to message her, but she has me blocked off all her social media, WhatsApp, Instagram, even her Reddit account is deleted. I contacted her best friend on Instagram, but she angrily told me to leave her friend alone and blocked me. I want her back. I'm trying to become a better person again. For her sake, I'll do it, but I'm fucking scared she won't give me the time of day. Should I call or message her father? Her parents liked me a lot. Maybe I could visit them at their home during their working hours. Need advice on how to proceed. Yeah, here's some advice. Take the L to the chest because you're a fucking moron and leave this poor girl alone. You burned that bridge, dog. You made sure of that shit. You didn't even hear the other side. You only heard the side of the man and decided, oh, he have dick. I trust him over a family I'm about to marry into. If you're that fucking stupid, you deserve whatever's coming to you. There is a quick little edit here that was saying, I was hoping to post this in Ask Indian Men too because I participate there through my main, but this account doesn't have enough karma, so if anyone can post on my behalf, help a brother out. I hope nobody helps him. Once again, very similar to the previous story, absolutely zero accountability for their actions. It's not, oh shit, I want to reach out to her to tell her that I was wrong and I'm sorry and whatever. It's I need her back. I need her to love me again and forgive me for what I've done. It's not like, oh hey, I made a massive fucky wucky and I want to take accountability for that fucky wucky no matter what the positives or repercussions that come out of it. It's just like, oh well, turns out that nobody fucking wants me, and the one girl that wanted me, I trusted a random man with a penis over her sister when it came to domestic violence, and then further cussed out her entire family because of it. But wee woo, I need to marry someone. Oh my fucking god. I hope this man dies alone. I hope every woman you ever meet stays away from you with a fucking 10-foot pole, bro. Am I the a-hole for telling my daughter she has no right to police who I date, considering her mom had an affair, which broke my heart and she had no issues with it? I divorced my ex-wife over a decade ago after her affair. She's now married to her affair partner and they even have a child together. I'll be honest, therapy has slowly helped me come to terms with it, but to say it traumatized me would be an understatement. My ex-wife and I share a daughter, 25 female, who's getting married in a month. She's close with both of us, and I've always made it a point to never badmouth her mom, despite everything that happened. The affair didn't affect her relationship with her mom at all. Okay, interesting. I'm not gonna lie, guys. The affair not affecting the relationship with a daughter is like a red flag, but not necessarily like red flag on the daughter. More of like, this is a red flag of like, there's missing information. Because either the daughter is just objectively awful, or maybe the dad did something that like justifies the wife cheating on him. I don't think there's one or the other necessarily, but it is weird. A few months ago, I was having lunch at a cafe when someone recognized me. She turned out to be my daughter's maid of honor. I don't really know my daughter's friend that well, so I didn't recognize her. We ended up having lunch together, exchanged numbers, and I initially thought my daughter might have put her up to something. But the next day, she asked me out for lunch again. Then again. This went on for a couple weeks or so, and one day she asked me to dinner. I accepted. After dinner, she invited me back to her apartment, and well, one thing led to another and we slept together. I honestly thought it was just going to be a one-time hookup, but she kept wanting to see me more, like she was interested in an actual relationship. For context, I haven't dated anyone since my divorce, so I was confused about what she even saw in me. But I'd be lying if I said it didn't feel nice to have those feelings again after so long. Still, I didn't feel right hiding this from my daughter, even though my girlfriend, yes, she's my girlfriend now, insisted it wasn't necessary and it would just cause drama. Eventually, she agreed we should tell her. When I told my daughter, she completely freaked out. She verbally tore into both of us, called me selfish, disgusting, said I was ruining her wedding, and that she couldn't believe I'd do this to her. She's barely speaking to me now. My girlfriend says my daughter will have to get over it and that she's being hypocritical considering what her mom did to me. I don't think you can be hypocritical in that situation, because the hypocritical situation with that would be if the wife cheated on OP and then somehow OP cheated on the wife. Like, that would be hypocritical to me. I see y'all commenting about the age gap between the girlfriend and the dad. So the daughter is 25 female. I've always said this. Is it a little maybe weird to be dating somebody with that big of an age gap? Yes, I would definitely agree to that. Here's what I will say is there has to be a cutoff for when we're no longer leaving leniency. And I feel like 25 reaches that cutoff. When you're 25, assuming you went through the stereotypical route, you should have had a full-time job by now for a while. You've been out of college for like 3 years. To me, it's like, I don't think we can blame anybody. Can we sit there and be like, maybe that's a little weird? Yes, but I'm not super critical on it. OP's girlfriend is old enough to know better at this point. That's all I will say. Should he be dating his daughter's best friend or maid of honor who probably fits in the description of best friend? No, absolutely not. And then this just ends with, she asked me if my daughter's relationship with her mom was affected by the affair, and I said no. And she said I have to tell my daughter that. I did later call my daughter and ask her where was the outrage when her mom, someone I love dearly, broke my heart. It didn't affect her bond with her mom one bit. My daughter seemed sad on the call and started crying a bit, and I felt a bit guilty, but I said my piece. This whole story is just a fucking mess because I feel like there's a lot of logic here that's being defied. Like, first off, you can't compare your wife cheating on you to you dating her maid of honor. It's two different types of things. One scenario is a family member betraying another family member. The other scenario is someone having a relationship with a family member's friend that I would say should be deemed as inappropriate. I would have a big issue if any of my friends were dating my mom, or I guess if any of my friends were dating my dad. I feel like that should just be a general off limits unless you've talked to them about it and it's been kind of like pre-approved and they don't have a problem with it. I just think that's inappropriate in its own way, but differently than my mom cheated on my dad. I don't understand why they logically think it correlates to this is exactly the same as what your mom did to me. That being said, y'all, I still am not super wild about the affair not affecting the daughter at all. It's weird to me, and not in a I blame the daughter type of way, but in what I was saying where like I feel like we're missing something. Because either what we're missing is the daughter is kind of an awful daughter. Like if one of my parents cheated on the other, I would be fucking pissed at them. That would affect our relationship. Unless the parent was given a good reason to cheat. If the daughter looked at her parents' marriage and was like, oh, my mom cheated on my dad and it was totally uncalled for, I'm still going to have an okay relationship with my mom. I'm kind of wondering, like, not saying that she deserves to have her dad date her friend, but I'm almost wondering, like, should her opinion in the grand scheme of things matter to OP? Like, to me, that's a little bit of a betrayal. Like, if I'm married to someone and we have a kid and my wife cheats on me and my daughter is just completely okay with that, that's a little bit of like a fucky wucky. I'll say it. Yeah, and this is what I'm saying, Bouncy Ball, is like, I don't think we can know. We need more information on this story to be able to see, like, I guess she does know that the mom cheated. Here's why I kind of am leaning towards the narrative that I just explained, is because OP did say, I did later call my daughter and told her where was this outrage when her mom, someone I love dearly, broke my heart. So like, clearly she knows about the affair, but I think some people are saying unreliable narrator, which could be true, but I don't know. Game theory, the daughter was probably fed a narrative by the mom, potentially. OP did say, I've always made a point to never badmouth her mom, despite everything that happened. I don't know. Juju Stain just put everyone sucks here in the chat. That's how I feel, y'all. Until we know why the affair doesn't affect the daughter, I have to go with everyone sucks here. Don't get me wrong. The one distinction I want to make is we're actually kind of talking about 3 different scenarios. OP brought up like almost 3 am I the a-holes in this. The first one being the wife cheating on him. Don't think that's okay unless OP's an unreliable narrator and hasn't given the reason. And for some reason, there was like a reason for her to cheat, which I don't necessarily agree with, but like if OP was abusing the wife, I wouldn't blame her for cheating, you know? So we have that narrative. We have the narrative of why does the daughter not care that her mother cheated on her dad? And that's a narrative where I feel like has the biggest question mark. But I feel like, assuming there's no malice on OP's part, that does give a reason for the daughter to suck. And then OP sucks for dating his daughter's maid of honor without maybe like checking on it. Like before they even got to the point where they were sleeping together, he should have been like, hey, I need to verify if this is an okay thing with my daughter. And if it's not, we can't go through with this. Don't get me wrong, OP sucks for that, but like, I don't understand why he still has a relationship with the daughter. If the daughter is in the wrong here, if the daughter is like, oh, I don't give a fuck that mom slept with another person, like to me, that would kind of affect my relationship with my daughter. Feels like backstabbing among friends. You're right, Kit. We should also clarify that the maid of honor sucks here. The maid of honor really went for the dad. Like really went for OP in this story. Like she was the one initiating, asking out to lunch again, dinner, like asking him to come over to the apartment. Like this was very hand curated by the maid of honor, which yeah, the maid of honor fucking sucks here too. This whole story is a mess. I think there's an argument for everyone in this story is the devil. It's just a bunch of devils fucking each other over. Am I the a-hole for leaving rude comments on my ex's new girlfriend's pics? ex. Oh my God. So it's not even just the ex, it's the girlfriend of the ex. So I, 21 female, just found out my ex, 24 male, got a new girl, and I'm still kind of salty about it. We broke up like 6 months ago, but to be honest, I'm really not over him. We broke up because he was being abusive. When I saw her pics on Insta, she looked interesting. Wait, hold on. So he was being abusive, yet you're gonna take this out on his new girlfriend instead of telling her that he is abusive and giving her the heads up? I'm sorry, but she posted a bikini pic and she had this huge, obnoxious scar down her chest. It just made me really annoyed because it's so fucking obvious she's showing the scar for attention. What? So she wanted to post a picture of her in a bikini, and with that bikini pic is going to be a scar that is on her body. There's no way to hide it if she's posting a bikini pic. Like, what are you fucking talking about, dog? The thing I don't get is that it's one of the ugliest scars I've ever seen, to be honest, in my life. That's why I don't think it was from surgery, and she just gave herself that scar, and she never looked disabled enough to have to get a surgery. Hey guys, in order for everybody to have scars nowadays, you need to look really disabled. Like, what? What kind of fucking dumb ass logic is that, bro? I'm sorry, I don't know how to describe it, but she looks healthy. I know healthy people need surgery too, but I don't know, it just pissed me off. I also felt like she was trying to undermine other people's problems by showing her scar, like saying, I'm better than you, all I've had but problems. Okay, what they typed was, I'm better than you, all I've had but problems than you all. Hey man, maybe we should do less judging other people and more going to school and learning how to fucking read and write. I think what OP meant to say here is, I also felt like she was trying to undermine other people's problems by showing her scar, like saying, I'm better than all of you. I've had more problems than all of you. But just because you've apparently had a surgery or some shit doesn't make you a better person and stronger. Like, I've went through some really hard problems in my life that weren't surgery, and I don't get to flaunt around my trauma or self-harm scars. But she does? I don't get it. Listen, if you want to do that, you can. Nobody's stopping you. I don't think that's what this woman is doing, but like, nobody's stopping you from doing that if that's really what your heart desires, you dumb bitch. So it wasn't my intention to leave mean comments, but I started thinking about all my reasons and also my ex and all the shit he blamed me for when it was his fucking fault. It wasn't like super mean or anything, but I don't know, because my ex texted me and said I was being a bitch for no reason. And then I tried to reply, but that motherfucker blocked me. So then I DM'd his girl's account and said stuff that was kind of exaggerating how I feel like how she looks basic as fuck and is a waste of air and just wants attention. She hasn't responded. My friends say I'm childish and embarrassing myself, and my boyfriend says to just move on already. Hold the fucking phone. So you're doing all of this and you got a boyfriend? Yo, I hope the boyfriend has some self-respect and leaves your ass, because what the fuck is this? Dude, if I was dating a girl and she was pulling some shit like this, that plug would be pulled ASAP Rocky. Are you kidding me? That's insane. So many red flags here. Like the lack of ability to focus your anger at the real target versus some innocent bystander who also your logic for hating on them is just insanely fucked up and wrong. But like, honestly, y'all, I'm gonna say it. This might be really mean of me. I'm not getting the vibe that this person is completely innocent in the breakup of a relationship that they're clearly not over. And in a way that we've seen in this story, I'm willing to jump to the conclusion that the boyfriend either wasn't as abusive as she wants us to think, or that even this person is the abuser in the relationship. Like, I'm so sorry, but everything that you just did in this paragraph is not screaming to me that the boyfriend actually was abusing you. Like, there's no way that you as a person had a healthy relationship with your ex. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I do not want to give OP the benefit of the doubt on that. I think OP is probably the toxic one here and maybe even the abuser. But like, for shits and gigs, let's say that OP was abused by their ex. The answer is not to cyberbully his new girlfriend. The answer would be to go to her and be like, hey, just as a heads up, this man abused me. Just thought I'd let you know. Good luck, bestie. The answer isn't to take the absolute lowest road that you possibly could have. Like, I just genuinely don't think you could have gone a lower road unless you like went after this woman's dead family member or some shit like that. This is insane activity. We're gonna look at this person's profile. I'm so curious. They left a post in r/advice titled expecting baby. I just found out I'm 3 months pregnant. We've never had a kid before, so we are really nervous. I'm not gonna give birth until 5 or so months, but we want to get started early because I didn't know I was 3 months pregnant. and it feels like we're kind of rushing to prepare for it, even though we've always wanted a baby. But I just need some support. I don't want stretch marks. I don't want the pain of giving birth. I'm really scared. Is that normal? Even though we were really excited and happy too. I mean, y'all, we gotta remember, she has a boyfriend and we were given no timeline here. So like, she could damn well be having the baby with the boyfriend who was just casually dropped here. Like, hey, I know I just gave a ton of red flags on how I am not over my ex, but also my boyfriend told me I should move on. And now you are having a baby? No, absolutely not. Bro, run. As soon as that baby comes out of the hellhole that is her vagina, you grab that thing and you run. You flee the country. You change your name and go to a company that doesn't extradite. Because what in the actual fuck is this woman? Am I the a-hole for snapping at my daughter after she said she's uncomfortable with me dating again? I'm a 42-year-old single dad with twin daughters who are 20. Their mom divorced me when they were 8. It wasn't ugly. She was apologetic and kind about it, but it still wrecked me because I really loved her. After the kids were born, I stopped being me. I stopped caring about how I looked, stopped working out, stopped even thinking about my own needs. My entire life became about my daughters and work. I gained weight, looked years older than I was, and felt invisible. I loved my girls, but I lost myself, and I couldn't really fault my wife for no longer being attracted to me, both emotionally and physically. A year after our divorce, my ex-wife remarried a very attractive man. She rebuilt her life, even had another kid, and I stayed stuck. I didn't have the confidence, energy, or even the appearance to date, so I just didn't. I buried any need for intimacy and focused on being the best father I could to my daughters, vacations, school events, late night talks, everything. I had a really close bond with them. We're in Am I the Devil, right? Like, this must take a fucking crazy turn. But when my daughters left for college, the silence in the house was crushing. I felt really sad when I went out to eat alone and saw couples at restaurants or movies. I realized I'd given everything to my daughters for over a decade, and in return, I had nothing for myself. That's not really how you should perceive your kids. You don't have nothing for yourself. You have a great relationship with both your daughters. I started therapy, which genuinely saved me. Then I took care of my body. I worked out, lost weight, started grooming myself, dressing better, taking pride in who I was. By the end of the year, I didn't just look good. I felt alive. I got a lot of compliments from my friends and family, and a lot of them were shocked. I will admit I was really proud of how I looked, and now both therapy and gym are an active part of my life. When I finally dipped back into the dating world, it was like waking up from a 12-year coma. The first time I was touched again, the first time I had sex after so many years, it was overwhelming. It wasn't just about the physical part. It was about feeling wanted, feeling like a man again. And the second time with someone new, it felt intoxicating, liberating, like I'd been missing this essential part of myself all those years. Since then, I've been seeing a few women, not in a trashy way. I'm upfront and honest with them. We go on dates, talk for hours, laugh, watch movies, and yes, we're intimate. Some are younger, some are closer to my age, but every connection makes me feel alive again. I'm not looking to settle down, I'm just enjoying this stage. After over a decade of nothing, I'm rediscovering who I am as a man. My daughters came home for summer break, and last night, one of them told me she's uncomfortable with how often I'm bringing different women around. She said it makes the house feel strange, that she's not used to seeing me like this. I snapped. I told her, have some shame. After everything I gave up for you, after years of putting you and your sister first, this is what I get? You judging me the moment I finally get to breathe. That's a weird fucking reaction, dog. She tried not to cry, but she did, and I ended up consoling her, and I felt really bad, but what she said hurt. For years, I sacrificed my happiness, my body, my identity, so my daughters could have a stable life. And the one time I let myself be free, my own daughter looks at me like I'm doing something wrong. It felt like a slap in the face. Am I the a-hole for telling my daughter to have some shame after she confronted me about my dating and sex life? That is very different than what you wrote up here. She told me she's uncomfortable with how often I'm bringing different women around. She says it makes the house feel strange that she's not used to seeing me like this. So she really doesn't have a problem with you dating again. It's more of no child wants to see their parent being a little slutty. You know what I'm saying? Like, chat, if you're a longtime viewer, y'all know I am pro slut phase, all right? Especially after a break. Up, bro. I was with him. I was here for him going to therapy, rediscovering his own needs, taking care of his health, taking care of how he looks, going around and trying to experience intimacy again after no intimacy for 12 years. That's fine. And I think the daughter is fine with that. What the daughter isn't fine with is you not at least like keeping it a little bit on the DL with your kids. Like, that's just an uncomfortable thing to do with your kids around. She never said, I don't want you dating dating. She just said, hey bro, this is a little inappropriate for you to be doing in front of your daughter. Can you just like at least be better about hiding it? And his snap feels weird, chat. What he said in this makes me feel like he harbors resentment for him not dating on his daughters as well. From the beginning of the post up until that moment, he had explained it. He only blamed his ex-wife because of her breaking his heart and getting married to another man so fast. That ruined his confidence, and all he had energy to do was focus on his daughters. But from this paragraph, I genuinely think he blames his daughters too. After everything I gave up for you, after years of putting you and your sister first, this is what I get. First off, yeah, dude, you have to give up everything for the kids that you brought into this world. That's just a given. They're not even saying you're not allowed to date. They're just saying, hey man, let's be a little bit more respectful about it. Like, I hope he goes to therapy and brings up this conversation with the therapist, because I think he is harboring a little bit of resentment for his daughters when it comes to his dating, which he shouldn't. Like, I honestly applauded him up to this point. I applauded him as a man, just being like, you know what? I need to be here 100% for my daughters and just focus on them. And then after they left, he was like, let me explore the other aspects of my life. Like, honorable. What's not honorable is what you said in those lines. And I think opens up the avenue for him probably having other emotions that he hasn't grappled with yet in a healthy way. After years of putting you and your sister first. Oh, so you mean like raising your children? Exactly. I feel like if you're just kind of slutting around, maybe it takes a few weeks to spend time with your daughters and put the slutting on the back burner. Exactly. Or like leave the slutting for when your daughters are with their mom for the week. Like, hey, for the week that you're here with me, I'm gonna keep it PUG. And then when they're gone, resume the slutting, bro. Like, the title of this is very misleading. It's not that they're uncomfortable with him dating again. It's they're uncomfortable with the way that he is going about dating while they are exposed to it. And I do think that's wrong. Trying to put myself in the shoes of these daughters, I too would want a little bit of discretion when it comes to like who my parent is dating. Hold on. I see a lot of you guys commenting about how the daughters are 20 years old now. Y'all, they're coming back from college. So for the people saying like, if you're 20 years old and you don't like it, you cannot live with him. That's not how it works in college. So kind of like bringing it back, like I truly think just because the government recognizes you as an adult at those ages, you're not fully an adult. You are at most 50% adults. In my opinion, these kids are clearly still relying on their parents for things. So like they need to understand that like their relationship with their parents is changing because they're becoming adults. But I still think even if they are adults, it's very inappropriate to be slutting around like that when like you haven't had that previous standard set. It's less about him dating and more about him just respecting the existing rules or ways that the relationship operated beforehand. So like, yeah, bro, obviously if your kids come and all of a sudden live with you, they're gonna think it's a little weird when you're bringing around random women. Am I the a-hole for making a joke about my pregnant sister-in-law? Or is my brother overreacting? I, 32 male, am child-free. I always thought my little brother would be too, but he actually really likes kids. I always thought my sister-in-law must be behind him feeling like that. But he says he's the one who really wants them, but I don't know if I believe that, honestly. She's currently pregnant with their second child, and they already have a 1-year-old. They were over to celebrate our dad's birthday, and my mom told sister-in-law she was sure she was exhausted and to sit down and rest and not help with dishes. I fake pouted and jokingly asked why she offered the broodmare rest, but not her son who's been helping her all day. I expected my mom to laugh and sort of swat my shoulder like she usually would, but it was silent. Chad, is a broodmare just like a horse that their sole purpose is to reproduce? Is that the definition? I think that's what it is, but let me Google it to make sure. Yeah, okay. A female horse used for breeding. Okay, I was cooking. My brother asked me what the fuck I just said about his wife. I laughed it off and said to take it easy. It was just a joke. He demanded I explain what was funny about calling his wife a broodmare. By that point, I was irritated and said they were the ones who thought popping out kids close together was a smart idea. And at this point, that's what she essentially was. Dude, he called me a disgusting, immature asshole for how I spoke about his wife. My dad told me to leave and my mom refuses to answer any calls or texts other than once to tell me she was really disappointed in me. I really thought my family was just overreacting, but now several of my friends are saying I was being an asshole to my sister-in-law and that there was no reason for me to say that. I really was just kidding though. Am I really the asshole just because my joke fell flat? This is the guy who's like, anything is a joke as long as I think it's funny. Like, bro, you're not an asshole because your joke fell flat. You're an asshole because that was just a mean joke to make. That wasn't even a joke. That was just you being disrespectful and essentially dwindling his wife down to nothing but an animal whose sole purpose is to reproduce. Like, that's what you were saying. I mean, shit, bro, it might be a good thing that they went no contact with this guy. This guy sounds like a grade A fucking dick. dickhead. OP's reaction was not great in this. Also, it's just like immature. If you're 32 and you're getting upset that they're letting the pregnant woman sit out of doing chores, you need to reevaluate your life priorities. Like, don't get me wrong, chat. I don't think people should be pumping out kids as much as they be pumping out kids. But that being said, that doesn't mean you be disrespectful about it. That doesn't mean you shit on them for having those life choices. If somebody wants to have a kid, you just let them do their thing. You don't need to be like, oh, well, actually, I think kids are bad, and everybody should also think that kids are bad. It's like, no, dude. I broke up with my girlfriend because she gained 20 pounds in the 4 months we dated, and I lost most of my physical attraction to her. I decided I couldn't be happy in a relationship with someone that size. I didn't tell her this. Do I tell her? 36 male OP and 30 female girlfriend. Oh God. Really quick, I just wanted to remind you guys I have over 160 reading Reddit videos on my YouTube channel. So if you want more of this once the video is done, feel free to dive into another video with more juicy Reddit stories. As well as if this is your second or third video, just a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button. Would greatly appreciate it and would love to see you more on my channel. A few days ago, she said, I love you. I froze up and couldn't respond. A few days later, she asked for my response. I blathered nothing for 10 minutes before leaving. We finished the conversation the next day. I told her, you deserve someone who will love you back. I didn't tell her that it was because I decided that I couldn't be happy in a relationship with someone who weighed so much more than me. For context, when we started dating, she already was at a size that was off-putting to me. However, it wasn't enough to be a deal breaker. Over the 4 months we'd been together, we both put on weight. I probably gained 5 to 10 pounds. I went up half a pant size, maybe a whole pant size. I can still fit in all my clothing except for 2 pairs of my tightest pants. God, I just know this man is fucking ugly too, dog. Like, she gained 20 pounds and it shows. It doesn't look good. She already weighed more than me when we got together. I work out and I'm strong, but I cannot pick her up or throw her around in bed. I also cannot bring myself to go down on a girl if I'm not really attracted to her. I've never gone down on a girl who weighed more than me. And she had complained a little bit about this in the last month. She made a joking comment here or there about how I'd never gone down on her. Well, it was because she just didn't turn me on enough. Basically, with my other partners, I would usually go twice, but I never did with my ex-girlfriend. I feel like if she lost enough weight, I would become more attracted to her, and I wouldn't be put off at the thought of going down on her. Chat, hot take. Guys that are like this because they actually want to fuck a guy in the butt. Dead ass. If you can't fall in love with somebody for more than just a weight that they're at, like, what are we fucking doing, dog? Therapy immediately. I talked to some of my friends and they said, well, if you marry her and you have kids, you know she's going to gain weight, right? Her and I both want kids. They also said, you know, everyone gains weight as they get older, right? I know they are correct. However, I'm a fitness guy. I know a lot about food, diet, exercise, weightlifting, changing one's body, that sort of thing. One of the main reasons I gained weight once her and I started going out was because I had to make time in my week for her, and naturally that ate into my gym sessions. I'm a fitness guy and being fit is important to me, but like, dog, it's the lack of like him being able to even just be with somebody for the sake of like actually loving them. Chad, it honestly stems from up here. Him being like, oh yeah, I was already not really attracted to her, but I just decided to date her anyways. Like, what are we doing? If you don't see the potential to love them forever, why get in relationship? What do you fucking mean, dude? There were a few other things about her that I wasn't a fan of, but after I thought about it, none of them were really stopping me from being turned on by her, and none of them would have been deal breakers for marriage. Well, dude, all you're looking for is being turned on by her. Like, where's the, oh, but she really made me feel good and supported my dreams and supported my career. Like, there's none of that. It's literally just, she was 20 pounds overweight and I couldn't eat her out because of it. It's just so ridiculous for him to be complaining about this and be like, oh, but I also gained weight. Like, what? And none of them would be deal breakers for marriage. It really does just come down to her being too overweight for me to the point that I lost my attraction to her. Basically, after she gained some weight, I stopped wanting to have sex with her and would basically only have sex with her when she initiated. She would initiate a lot. We had sex almost every time we saw each other, and I liked that she did that. I never turned her down either, and I made sure that she came almost basically every time. Yeah, dog, she was faking it. With you, she was absolutely faking it. Also, just in general, TMI, dog. This post is so goddamn unnecessary. I genuinely believe this dude just wanted to hop online and talk about his sexual exploits anonymously. Anyways, it's been a day since we broke up. I was holding back tears the whole car ride home. When I got home, I grabbed a towel and I just bawled and sobbed into it for 20 minutes. I've never done that before with any other breakup. And so, because I cried so much, I realized I actually do love her. I just couldn't commit myself to a lifetime of being with someone I'm not physically attracted to, which is why I told her that I could not tell her that I loved her back. I cannot willingly and knowingly put my future self into an r/dead bedroom situation. Oh my God. It really is giving a guy who is just so unbelievably shallow and checked out and narcissistic that they can't check their subconscious feelings. I've never seen a larger candidate for therapy. This dude's mom did not tell him I love you enough. I didn't tell her this because at the time I thought it would be pointless and would only be destructive, but now that I've thought about it for a day, I've decided that I could spend the rest of my life with her if she lost some weight. It would be good if she lost maybe 40 pounds. Wow. Oh yeah, just a light 40 pounds. Huh? For reference, she's 5'2" and weighs over 200 pounds. I'm 5'7" and I weigh about 170. However, I have a lot of muscle due to lifting weights, so the fat looks good on me. I have a V taper with noticeably okay, shut the fuck up. I don't care. I really don't care. I have a V taper with noticeably large arms, shoulders, chest, legs, and back. Cool. Didn't ask. I asked 2 of my friends about this evening. Here's what they said. Friend 1, if you really mean it, potentially possibly consider doing it, but remember that she'll have that hanging over her head for the rest of her life if you are together with her. Friend 2, either way, don't tell her. Even if she lost the weight, the other things would eventually nag you. Jesus. Those other things are, 1, she dresses like a lesbian and doesn't shave. I'm a heterosexual man and I would prefer if she presented herself a little bit more femininely. However, this was never a deal breaker. 2, she has different political opinions than me. I mean, we knew it, but like confirmed. Bro is slobbing on Daddy Trump's knob hardcore. And we talked about this and it's not a deal breaker for her either. All right, girl, come on, let's have some self-respect. There's no way this is the man for you, dog. This guy is a therapist's fever dream. 3, she can be overly dominant, bossy, stubborn, and aggressive at times. Oh, you mean she stands up for what she wants and isn't submissive to you and every little thing that you want from her? I'm not the type of dude who needs to be right all the time. I'm definitely not right all the time, and I don't mind her cutting me off occasionally or trying to one-up me, which she can easily do because she's smarter than me. I just gotta finish reading this chat. I'm going to deep throat a Glock if I have to read this any longer than necessary. And the reason I'm considering potentially trying to get back with her, she's an amazing person that I clicked with on a lot of levels and had a great time with her while we were together. I realized if I could just have the physical attraction, that would be every facet of love, because I think love is both feeling and also an act. I wasn't feeling the physical passion that I think is an aspect of love, but I definitely love her personality and how she treated me. I love spending time with her and taking her out on dates. I felt like I was learning from her and she was learning from me. Even though she's smarter than me, I'm an engineering giga nerd, and she loved it when I could prove her wrong with some random unimportant scientific topic. It made me happy that once in a while I could one-up her at some sort of intelligence game, mainly because it turned her on when that would happen. Not that she didn't get turned on regularly otherwise, I'm just trying to say, body aside, she is the kind of person I could settle down with. I know I only dated her for 4 months, and I realized that wanting to change things about a partner after just 4 months might be crazy. Maybe it is crazy, and maybe I should never talk to her again, let alone tell her this. I just feel like maybe there's a chance that I could tell her and she would agree to work on her weight and we would be together. And maybe if that happened, there'd be a chance we'd get married and have the family we want, etc. I feel like that's worth fighting for. But if I contact her and she agrees to talk to me and I tell her this, it could also go wrong in many ways. I just don't know what to do and could use some advice. I was expecting this to be in like r/guy cry or something. Holy shit. I've talked about this before, y'all. People are attracted to what they're attracted to. I've always said if girls are allowed to do their I only date guys above the height of 6'1", I think anybody's allowed to be like, hey, I would prefer, like, I'm a little bit like this. Like, I like to at least right off the rip date somebody who is into like working out and fitness, just because I'm very into working out and fitness. That's like a big part of my life that I want to share with a loved one. That being said, that's not what you fall in love with, because that doesn't last. If you're falling in love with somebody and prioritizing their physical appearance of it, you got to go to therapy for that. I truly believe that. That is such an awful thing to fall in love with. You should be falling in love with, honestly, a lot of the stuff he was saying at the end there. If they challenge you intellectually, that's something you should be more attracted to, and that should be the deal breaker in your relationship, not whether or not she gains or loses 40 pounds. It's just so ridiculous. My tip for this dude is just like, leave this poor fucking girl alone. Because if you say any of the shit that you just put in this paragraph, that's going to fuck her up mentally. If you actually care about her the way you claim to care about her, do not fucking send her what you just put in this Reddit thread. Go to therapy and figure your shit out. Because this isn't a her problem, this is a you problem. I truly believe that.